It is 25 November 2021. It is the Thursday of the 34th week in Ordinary Time. You can hear me smiling and starting to laugh because instead of the word Thursday is turkey, gobble, gobble, gobble. So happy Thanksgiving. Our first reading is the book of the prophet Daniel. Some men rushed into the upper chamber of Daniel's house and found him praying and pleading before his God. Then they went to remind the king about the prohibition. Did you not decree, O king, that no one is to address a petition to God or man for 30 days, except to you, O king? Otherwise he shall be cast into a den of lions. The king answered them, the decree is absolute, irrevocable under the Mede and Persian law. To this they replied, Daniel, the Jewish exile, has paid no attention to you, O king, or to the decree you issued. 3 times a day he offers his prayer. The king was deeply grieved at this news, and he made up his mind to save Daniel. He worked till sunset to rescue him, but these men insisted. They said, keep in mind, O king, that under the Mede and Persian law, every royal prohibition or decree is irrevocable. So the king ordered Daniel to be brought and cast into the lion's den. To Daniel he said, may your God, whom you serve so constantly, save you. To forestall any tampering, the king sealed with his own ring and the rings of the lords the stone that had been brought to block the opening of the den. Then the king returned to his palace for the night. He refused to eat, and he dismissed the entertainers. Since sleep was impossible for him, the king rose very early the next morning and hastened to the lion's den. As he drew near, he cried out to Daniel sorrowfully, O Daniel, servant of the living God, has the God whom you serve so constantly been able to save you from the lions? Daniel answered the king, O king, live forever. My God has sent his angel and closed the lion's mouth so that they have not hurt me. For I have been found innocent before him. Neither to you have I done any harm, O king. This gave the king great joy. At his order, Daniel was removed from the den unhurt, because he trusted in his God. The king then ordered the men who had accused Daniel, along with their children and their wives, to be cast into the lion's den. Before that group had reached the bottom of the den, the lions overpowered them and crushed all their bones. Then King Darius wrote to the nations and peoples of every language, wherever they dwell on earth, all peace to you. I decree that throughout my royal domain, the God of Daniel is to be reverenced and feared. For he is the living God, enduring forever. His kingdom shall not be destroyed, and his dominion shall be without end. He is a deliverer and Savior, working signs and wonders in heaven and on earth. And he delivered Daniel from the lion's power. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God.